Labor Day weekend down there. But they had to move it up. It was supposed to be scheduled this coming Labor Day, the Labor Day weekend this year, but ended up having to get bumped the weekend before. So, fish broil get together.
All those lots down there being cleared away. RVs moving in.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, down there by like that Mulberry campground thing?
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called, yeah.
Oh, no.
Stop. That kind of positive energy.
Yeah.
Good thing they have young children.
Hey, Scotty. Good.
How long have you had your property?
I'm trying this one. 20 years last, so I don't tell you. I mean, what are the others gonna work? Let's see if that one works. Oh, school board meetings? Hello.
Good evening.
Yes. And then I'll turn the off.
He can.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
All good.
Got Team Olson over there. I saw Aaron today.
Well,
Down in Alaska. What's the odds of that? I
Oh,
dropped.
by the way,
was he at the clinic or?
No, he's at T-Mobile, and I was getting my glasses fixed, and I just dropped Kai Delaney off at the airport, so she's in almost to London.
He's at T-Mobile for me.
Yep.
Gary said he's gonna take a picture of your truck out there, and then he's gonna post it.
I don't like anything.
Well, I got in their switch over now.
Whatever.
We lost so much coverage. We don't even get coverage now.
The reality is the world is
I'm
a
like,
shocking
I'm
place.
trying to go through and through and through with them.
Trying to think of a couple.
And
If that person
Yeah.
lives in your city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My daughter really likes AT&T. She's been really happy with them.
It's naughty.
Have you heard anything about them?
I like AT&T.
Oh, you with them?
I was. Now I'm in Verizon. I like them both the same.
Oh, okay.
I was at
Did you get
AT&T.
pretty decent coverage in Ettrick? You live in Ettrick or?
Yep, I go for it. Yep. I got real good coverage.
Oh,
Okay.
when it was Alltel?
Did you have good coverage in Dellsville too? Or?
I think so. The AT&T.
That's probably because Gary's not sitting here.
Oh, wait.
There's like here, it seems like he's. Oftentimes we'll have at least, we'll have another. We're missing Adam. Yeah. Learning for all, learning for life. I'll do learning for all, learning for life.
Okay. Usually
Learning for all.
Adam's my go-to on that. See how,
The other thing you can do real quick is you can just always bring up our website. But learning for all, I can do that. Just breathe on.
Yeah.
You sure?
Wingman's.
Your wingman's
that
done?
does the-
Okay, well, I can be your other
Yeah,
wingman.
yeah.
Just
You gotta memorize it though. So.
learning for all, learning for life. I can do it if you need me to.
All right, folks, it's 6:30. Let's call this meeting to order. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Scotty.
Go to that. If I can.
Yes.
Adam is here. Kara?
Yes.
Daryl?
Here.
Yep.
Sarah?
Yes.
Me, I'm here, and Cameron?
And proof of public notice.
I didn't know his name.
Oh, did you hear? Oh, did you say
Sorry, I did not say Cindy.
Cindy?
Here.
Perfect. And we have proof of public notice, and Michelle's Need to do our mission statement?
Our mission statement is learning for life. Learning for all. You know, we did it.
I know, yeah.
I said like, no problem. I said it 16 times before. Learning for all, learning for life. There we go.
That's what we get for
I
picking
do
on
that
time.
too.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
it too.
Karma.
That would
Karma
happen.
just bit us.
All right,
At least
so
we can laugh at ourselves.
yeah, we're on to
Or
item
me.
6, consent agenda. We have approval of minutes from the last board meeting, the financial reports from our committee of the whole meeting, and personnel approvals. We had some additions and some individuals that moved on. And so I would take a motion to accept the consent agenda.
I move to accept.
Motion by Cindy,
I second.
second by Sarah. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? All right, motion carries. Item 7, public comments. Nothing?
I read through it, 60-some pages. You know, they can hear it read. Oh my God,
All right, I'll move this order.
that's a lot of reading.
All right, no public comments, correspondence?
Yeah, I do have the WASB mailing that you should all have gotten a copy of or will get a copy of. There are fall meetings that are coming up and the closest one is in West Salem. That one is on October 1st. So the regional meetings are basically, they'll have like a topic ahead of time for a workshop. This time the workshop is on running open meetings and understanding why we have open meetings and what that involves. And then afterwards they have basically a WASB meeting and there's a meal. And if you are interested in attending either both the workshop and the following meeting or just the meeting, just let me know and I can get you signed up. And we already have one member that's going to be going, so you won't be alone.
Cindy, you're going? Who's going? Who's going to WASB?
Yeah, I asked her about going
October 1st.
Oh, shoot. Okay,
All right.
Actually, I was considering it, but I'll be at World Dairy Expo then.
Any other correspondence, Michelle?
That's all I have for today.
All right, item 9, staff and student recognition. I have a couple. I'd like to, I had the opportunity to attend the athletic meeting. I'd like to compliment Mr. Perner. Is that correct? He knocked it out of the park with his athletic presentation for all the incoming athletes. I'd also like to recognize, first of all, the board, the parent groups, the staff, the parents that put all this time and effort into the referendum for tomorrow. Regardless of which way it goes, there's a lot of hard work put into it, and yeah, so I think it's important to pat everybody's back and say good job, and I mean, we did what we can do, and now it's up to the voters. So other than that, anybody else have staff or student? I know it's early, so.
I got one.
Okay.
I just want to hats off to our admin team for all the work they've done this summer. Good hiring. We've got great people coming to start off our year, new staff that are going to do a great job for us, but also just getting organized and putting a lot of heart and work into preparing for the upcoming workshops and in-service days that are coming up here. So thank you for all your work, admin team.
And of course, being in CSAM, I hear a lot about schools that can't get hires done, and so they need to go through CISA, and so, yeah, good job, everybody.
Yeah, we have a lot of good things going on, and let's keep the ball rolling. All right. Item 10, administrative reports. The August 2026 admin reports. We have Mrs. Sinsala, our seclusion and restraint report.
So it starts up here, also linked to the agenda. So this is an annual obligation we have to meet with DPIs. We report our seclusion and restraints every single year. So here are our numbers for 25-26 school year, broken down by building. We have to look at the seclusions and we have to look at restraints. So physical restraints is if we're actually putting our hands on a student to make sure that they're safe or that others around them are safe. And seclusion is where we hold them in a room, for example, or in some area where we don't let them leave that area for the safety for themselves and others. we have to break it down to both of those. So in Galesville, last year, we had 4 seclusions over the course of 2 students made up those 4, and both of those students have disabilities. In terms of physical restraints, we had 7 in Galesville last year over the course of 4 students, and 3 of them had a disability. In Ettrick, we had 8 seclusions, 2 students, 1 had a disability. Physical restraints, that was 6 in Ettrick, over 2 students, 1 had a disability. Trempealeau, we had 1 seclusion, 1 restraint. Both of those were made up by 1 student, both of those had a disability. Same thing with the middle school, 1 seclusion, 1 restraint, 1 student in each of those, and both of those students had disabilities. And the high school, that was 0s across the board for seclusions and restraints. I wanted to draw our attention here to Galesville. So if you remember, we were identified for having too many seclusion and restraints between that 23-24 and 24-25 school year. So here's a report of our history going back to 2019 up until this last school year. We can see where we were really high, where we were identified in Galesville, and where those numbers brought us to last year. So we have to come up with a targeted action plan over the course of the year and then monitor those different steps. So some of that was making sure all of our staff were trained or updated on their CPI refresher trains. We did de-escalation debriefings in our staff meetings, so that was a highlighted theme at every staff meeting. At all of our paraprofessional meetings throughout the course of the year, we did role plays. So we gave different scenarios. Some were a true scenario of what happened. Some were ones like hypothetical situation. And then as our para team, then we debriefed with them what you would do in that situation, what could you have done, what would you do in the future. So it was another opportunity to touch base on that every month. We also inputted a debriefing action step after every seclusion restraint. So that is something that is required by law that was not done over the course of those 2 school years. So anytime there's a seclusion or restraint in any building, you have to meet as a debriefing team to talk about what's your behavior intervention plan followed, what steps led to this, and what could we do next time. And we made that a firm part of our protocol in Galesville. We also added steps for that into our EduPlanner forms. So when we have to do that for seclusion or restraint, there's boxes that we have to check, talking about what that debriefing meeting was, and then making sure we're sending that information to parents of the team members. So we just put more steps in place that followed the law, and that led to a drastic drop, especially in seclusion, and a little bit in our restraints too. So yay to Galesville and their team there. They worked really hard on that and definitely made a difference. And then I just did a comparison from 24 to 25 school year. Sometimes I feel like you just hear the numbers, but you're like, is that good? Is that bad? Is that trending the same? So I always like to look at those trends from year to year. So Galesville green, yay, they went down in those areas, down 8 seclusions. So that was a big jump there, down 1 restraint. You'll see at the high school that stayed the same, so anything that's yellow was the same. They had 0 the year before, 0 last year, same. Trempealeau, they had 0 restraints, or like they had 1 restraint, they had 1 this last year, and they had 0 seclusions, they went up, just 1 seclusion, 0 number. Middle school, they had 0, 0, this year they went to 1 and 1. So even though they went up 1, it was really from a baseline of 0. Ettrick this year is a little bit of a different story this last year. They went up 6 seclusions and 5 restraints. So it's an area that we're going to continue to monitor. Obviously, we can't go into too many details because it's, for fun, there's confidentiality, but sometimes we have students that move in throughout the course of the year, and then the team has to respond to some of those needs. So there could be different storylines that lead to the increase there, but that'll be an area we will continue to work on this year. One thing we did last year in Ettrick is at one of our staff meetings, Nicole Rude, our CPI local in-house trainer, did a training during the staff meeting on de-escalation strategies. So the first part of our seclusion and restraint training, not the whole, but how we can de-escalate in those moments. So that's something that we'll continue to monitor over the course of this year. Try to bring those numbers down because we don't want to get identified in a different building. So, any questions on that? Yes, sir.
Can you describe what a difference is between a seclusion and a restraint as far as like what incident, an example of an incident between either one of those?
Yep. So let's say a student is in the classroom, or let's say the student's in a hallway and they're throwing different things, they're running after, they're trying to kick somebody. There's a situation where, in that situation, staff members may have to do the CPI-approved toll to transport a student to a safe area. So in Galesville, in one of the special education classrooms, there's a timeout room or a chill room. So it would be, the hold would be moving that child there, using those approved strategies, and then having them be in that room with the door shut is the seclusion piece of that. There's no locks on doors, and you have to be able to see the student at all times. So there's usually a window in there, and there's things like that to make sure you can always have eyes on a student. Yeah, so sometimes some of these is a seclusion and a restraint. Sometimes it's just a seclusion, sometimes it's just a restraint. Yeah.
Do you know about the percentage of staff who are CPI trained in each building?
Yeah, the percentage, I don't know offhand. We just had a refresher this year, today. Do you know how many people were at that SAM today?
Today, 32 were there were initially or were recertified today. So there's probably, that same number would be next year, so 16.
I would guess.
We did 16 of our staff, including paras, teaching staff.
And admin.
And we have people in every building?
Yes. And sometimes people, like I can think of a few that we hired this year, they have been trained at a different district, so that we add them to our list and then we'll put them on the refreshers that go for next year. Thank you. Yeah. Any questions? Okay. Wonderful. Thank you.
Good job.
Alright, so we are on to item 11, unfinished business. This is our second reading, so we'll look for action on this tonight. Policy Act 89 updates. We all had the opportunity to look over these last few months, and I would take a motion to approve the Policy Act 89 updates. So moved. Motion by Lakey.
Second.
Second by Kara. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying, oh.
I don't know, I mean, I was just wondering if we should, there's like a couple in there that are board specific. I was wondering if we should just review those.
First one is, it's on bylaw 0144.5, board member behavior, communications, and code of conduct. That one, if you look at the details on it, and that would be like on page 10 of your packet. First of all, they just changed the word from policy to bylaw in a couple spots, so that was a minor revision. And then there was a section that could be adopted. Our Neola representative recommended not taking it because Act 89 does not pertain to board members, but they provided an option that would have some language to dictate communication between board members and students, which isn't very common. Most board members and students, your conversation is either parental or, you know, in different venues than it would be from a teacher or an administrator. That's why the Neola representative recommended not taking those sections that you can see are crossed out in pink. That would be, again, on pages 13, 14, lines 21 through 24 there. So that's why we didn't take those changes. So basically the policy is really not changing except for the word policies being changed in some spots to bylaw.
So yeah, I'd always recommend be familiar with policy. That's kind of, I mean, I think you're a policy and procedure guy,
Yeah.
you know, and that's how you probably run it.
Review them, nothing unreasonable.
Yeah. So.
The other good thing about this
Have
bylaw,
we had a problem in the past?
with what board members and
Yeah, I mean,
communication.
what's our historic trend on it? Do we need to have a change in policies? That's what I'd ask the board members in around a couple of years.
Oh, like a change? Well, I don't think we need to change a policy. I think we just need to, it's always hard because you get new members to make sure that everybody understands the policies that that we have to follow as board members too. Not only, we expect our staff to follow policies,
Sure.
and we have a list of policies that we need to follow too. And so I think it's always good to just refresh ourselves on, what we do, do's and don'ts that we can do and cannot do.
This one is about confidentiality, maybe that's why you were interested in it. Also, Cindy, there's some really good stuff to read about, in this section.
Can they pursue about the school district?
Like closed session, not to, what goes on in closed session stays in closed session, and things like that, so.
It's just important that all of us, read those policies, understand what that means as far as our behavior within the board.
I guess the one thing you jumped out at me as a new guy is that, a new board member, I should say, is that exactly, Deb, and especially social media. I think social media discipline is critical, that we, follow. It's not just what you say, it's what you type.
It's not just what you say, it's who you represent.
Sure.
So we're representing the school board as a team, and we're representing the entire district. So, absolutely. Read, refresh, understand what that means.
Any other discussion? All right, so with that, with discussion, we have a motion. All those in favor of Policy Act 89 update signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 12, new business. We'll need your approval on this, of human growth and development curriculum. We had all this information, and kind of Sam gave a presentation at the committee of whole. Very good presentation, Sam. We had some good questions, and I think we got all of our questions answered at that time. So with that, I would take an approval of human growth and the development curriculum.
I move to approve.
Motion by Cindy,
I'll second.
second by Kara. Any discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. We're going to go get through tonight quickly. It's be a record one. Committee reports. We had our curriculum of whole last week at finance. We had Sam's presentation, which was real good on human growth. We have a reminder that tomorrow, if you get a chance, go vote. Anything else? Committee reports. Okay. Item 14. Review dates of future meetings. So Thursday, September 10th, we have a committee of the whole meeting. Monday, September 14th, we have our regular board meeting at 6:30 p.m. And Thursday, October 1st, is the WASB Fall Regional Meeting in West Salem, and you will be attending, Cindy? Is that correct?
I don't know, I just asked.
Oh, possibly.
So if it's okay, so, yeah.
You are not allowed.
Michelle, could you I know you sent out an email about tomorrow.
Sure. So obviously tomorrow's the vote, and what I will be doing is getting communication to the back and forth from the county and the county clerk, and when they have the final numbers and that gets confirmed by them, then I'll send out, I can send out texts along the way, but for sure I'll send out a final text to let you all know where things land. And yeah, and don't forget to vote. Make your vote count.
Perfect. Punk, this will be the easiest, shortest $50 you've made in probably your 40 years here.
That's not all bad. I can
3-hour
remember when we
meetings.
had board meetings till midnight and after, every one. That's a few years ago.
Yeah, can I just add one thing? I had a board member approach me, and just something to think about down the road is, like, in the past, we, board members were involved in, like, the hiring process, not in the hiring process, but like the interview process for admins. Is that something maybe we could look at down the road? I know we're at the end of the cycle.
Well, we did it with Tony.
Okay.
Cindy was a
Oh,
part
so there
of
wasn't,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I was there.
Perfect, okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, we've pretty much been pretty consistent
Good.
on that. We'll keep doing that for administrators.
Perfect, excellent. All right, Okay, and with that, I would
Is that
take,
what the concern was, is that there maybe wasn't,
well,
or?
like I just, and maybe we haven't been hiring administrators.
Just for one building mainly.
Just an
Yeah,
extra.
and as, seems like there for a while, I mean, this is years ago, it seems like, so, yeah.
And I was on the other ones too.
Yep.
And then this one.
Perfect. I think it's a good practice then, so. All right, and so with that, item 15 is adjournment. With that, I would take a motion to adjourn the meeting. Motion
Second.
by Punk, second by Cindy. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Wow, look at that.
I can go home with that.
Go home and cut up a watermelon.
All right.
Haven't had a good watermelon yet this year.
I'll get an offline question. I've been asked numerous times,